To what extent should countries such as Nigeria adopt Western practice? This film will address key issues on Western education and its impact globally. It will critically analyse and discuss key findings in order to create a balanced argument as to whether Africa, in particular Nigeria, should adopt Western practice. Curiously questioning, this video explores the impact conflict has on education. In April 2014, an incident in Nigeria shocked the world when an Islamic terrorist group best known as Boko Haram kidnapped approximately 276 teenage girls due to wanting to illuminate Western influence. This idea was brought to attention through the film School in the World, in which argued that cultures and traditional ways of living are being lost due to modern times. It disputes that we simply can't and aren't giving everyone a place in the new global workforce, and therefore systematically removing people from their homes and cultures to receive formal education, largely defined by Western powers. So is Western education beneficial to countries such as those found in Nigeria? Increased trade and cultural exchange has meant the world has become increasingly interconnected, a process known as globalization. Although globalization is helping create more wealth in developing countries, it does not help close the gap between the world's poorest countries and the world's richest. As BBC 2015 states, globalization is viewed by many as a threat to the world's cultural diversity. It is feared it may drown out local economies, traditions, languages, and recast the whole world in the mould of North and West. The strongest articulation of conflict perspectives on globalization is found in the world system analysis, a theoretical perspective developed by psychologist Immanuel Wallerstein in 1974. The United Nations 1948 agrees everyone has a right to education. But why? Education saves lives, makes people healthier, increases income, promotes girls' and women's rights, reduces poverty, raises crop yields, boosts economic growth, and fosters peace. 2011 figures show Africa is home to 43% of the world's out-of-school children, 38% of reading adults, which is around 167 million people, still lack basic literacy skills, and more than 6 out of 10 of these are women. Let's focus on Nigeria. The Nigeria Economic Report highlights that poverty and living standards are uneven across Nigerian regions. Over the past decade, Nigeria's exponential growth in population has put immense pressure on the country's resources and has already overstretched public services and infrastructure. Therefore, education has become a growing concern. Education is provided free by the government, although many children do not attend school. This may be due to their labour needed to either help at home or bring additional income to the family. Some families cannot afford the additional costs, such as books and uniform, and for some the distance is a major hindrance. Another low enrolment cause, particularly in the north, is cultural bias. Current 2015 data shows 30% of pupils drop out of primary school and only 54% transit to junior secondary schools. This low completion rate includes child labour, economic hardship, and early marriage for girls. So why does Nigeria adopt Western education practices? Nigeria has been westernised due to its past British colonial influence and leadership, which relegated the Nigerian cultures to the background. In the contemporary Nigerian society, Western values have affected almost every part of the Nigerian culture. Many Nigerian languages have gone into extinction and are no longer used. English is often their official language. Many have also converted to Christianity, and some do not value their traditional values. An analysis by Odenya 2013 and Teller 2011 would indicate that some Nigerian cultures have gone into extinction as a result of Western influence and impacts. April 14, 2014, a terrorist group named Boko Haram kidnapped almost 276 teenage girls from a boarding school in Borno. The group translates to Western education is forbidden, wanted to illuminate Western influence. They fight against education for women and condemns those who have been educated in the Western system. They want strictly an Islamic education and for boys only. This evidently shows a strong correlation between illiteracy, poverty and conflict, expressed in a clash of religion and culture. 2 months after the schoolgirls were kidnapped by the Islamic extremists in Nigeria, the hunt for the girls had gone nowhere whilst the group continued to terrorise the northeastern part of the country. This incident sparked one of the biggest social media campaigns of the year under the hashtag #BringBackOurGirls. The government says that more than 6,000 people fled their homes after Boko Haram militants stormed at least 4 villages and killed hundreds of people. Even in 2015, the schoolgirls remain missing. To this day, Boko Haram are still terrorising the north of Nigeria, attacking police, schools and bombing government buildings.
The first confirmation of the fate of the schoolgirls abducted in Nigeria. In a video released today, the leader of the Islamist extremist group Boko Haram, standing in front of an armored car, says, "I abducted your girls."
This man was a member of what became Boko Haram. He knew Shekau personally.
He's a fanatic, not well versed in Islamic law. He takes hasty decisions and is very hard line on Islamic matters. And even his former mentor was careful around him because he was not open to any form of compromise.
He will have been pleased with all the media attention. He's happy with what they've done. He said that they will sell the girls on as slaves and has made it abundantly clear that they will abduct more girls.
These haunting pictures of the schoolgirls remain the last known images of them.
The UNESCO 2013 Global Monitoring Report, devoted to the theme around education and conflict, concluded not only does conflict destroy school infrastructure, but also the hopes and ambitions of a generation of children. The implementation of Western culture and traditions has caused conflict in Nigeria. This outrage has not only taken many children, particularly girls, out of education, but caused disruption all over the country. So to what extent should countries adopt Western practice? As noted in the 2014 BBC News report, for Muslim children in northern Nigeria, memorising and reciting the Holy Quran is an integral part of growing up. However, there is a growing belief that reforms are long overdue and a broader education is essential.
There's no mistaking the hunger for education here in Kano in the north of Nigeria. These classrooms absolutely packed every day, and outside them you even find children who are not enrolled, who will put their ear to the door trying to get ahead, get a bit of an education. But there's a huge problem here in the north of Nigeria in that some 11 million children are believed to be not getting any basic education. Many of them are getting a religious education, but they're not getting the kind of classes that you get in a regular primary or secondary school.
Shields 2013, page 6 states, "Education prepares the future workforce of global economic systems." As agreed by Education Globalization and the Knowledge Economy report, Western countries create highly skilled and highly waged economies by upgrading their education system. Therefore, Western education may provide the chance for all children in a future workforce to have an equal opportunity and to gain the jobs they wish to pursue. Doctor, lawyer, teacher, policeman, no matter what, all children should be involved in an education system where their dreams and ambitions can be achieved, no matter how big or small. UNICEF agrees children should be active agents in their own learning, therefore education should be designed to promote and respect their individual rights and needs. UNICEF has established catch-up lessons for those children in Nigeria living in conflict areas. They state that girls are eager to show that they can count from 1 to 100. Classes are giving them a chance to learn and a chance to play, sing and socialise. Classes are keeping them safe. Alternatively, schooling can involve uprooting or eliminating elements of traditional cultures that are not integrated in the world economy. The world needs diversity, and Western education may mean they are being educated out of their culture and traditions. Odinure 2013, page 108 states, "Western influence has led to the extinction of indigenous languages and cultures of many societies. Education is not just the basics on reading and writing, it is also about having skills and gaining new experiences, cultural values and traditions passed down generations in order to stay alive."
Jezena mama ngata kitab silches mama samches nga doctor gurgosherak engineer gurgosherak halale tebo samches mini te ngata nga chitsok sinanga michik na chiga ngata yato choches nang roh choches nang tene de singje choches po nyunga chen.
Westernisation or Western influence has been a persuasive and accelerating force across the globe today, but is this a good thing, and how far should countries go in order to adopt Western practice?